Yo, what is up guys? We have a Warcraft replay here. We're gonna be watching this one, but I just want to say that I might cast this one either right after this or tomorrow because it's only 13 minutes and yeah, I'm just curious. So yeah, let's just get into it. We have on the map Echo Isles, an Orc versus a Night Elf matchup. We have Fast spawning as the red Orc in the top left. He will be facing off against Infi, the purple Night Elf. I guess, honestly, I would probably say Infi has played a lot more Night Elf than human. Yeah, I think that is probably correct, accurate. Either way, being purple, yeah, really making my life hard. I do miss Photoshop. I could just one click of a button and I could just change the overlays colors. But yeah, with Clip Studio, it's a little bit different, a little bit more steps. Yeah, either way, yeah, it's a fairly lengthy game. Not entirely, don't remember why I actually downloaded this one, but maybe the hero picks are spicy. I do know that, I do remember from the previous, the replay that I did say I was gonna cast had, it was an Undead Mirror, and it was double Crypt Lord first, so I'm curious to see, or have, my very first Crypt Lord Mirror, and yeah, maybe I will cast it. It's not a maybe, probably will be a definite. Either way, Infi going for a pretty standard keeper start here. Shadowhunter start for Fast. It's been a while since I've casted a Fast game. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him go Shadowhunter first. It's primarily has been Blade Master. I don't even think he's even pulled out Farseers either, so we'll have to wait and see. But Fast is going for an extremely fast tick into tier 2, as well as a Warmongling place down. Late barracks, so probably gonna be seeing some trolls here. I have absolutely no idea what the synergy is with the Shadowhunter, to be honest. Maybe just troll synergy, perhaps. We are gonna Hex onto the Wisp there, preventing itself from detonating. That is just gonna be a free 25 experience for the Shadowhunter. Meanwhile, Keeper with the Ancient of War creeping is just going to take down the Ogre Warrior camp without much hassle. Gloves of Haste, not the greatest, probably gonna get sold later on. We got another Hex, yes we are indeed. Shadowhunter is now down to about half mana, but maybe this is fine. See there, Force of Nature doing a whole bunch for the Keeper of the Grove there. Able to tank and just creep for pretty much free. Level 2 on the Keeper most likely has Entangle as a second ability. We have yet to see any melee units or even the auras from the Keeper, so it's most likely that. Actually, never mind, I completely forgot that the W3 booster is updated, and yeah, can confirm Entangle second. Another Wisp is gonna bite the dust there. Yeah, looking pretty good for the Shadowhunter, to be honest. He might even pick up an Archer kill if time is willing. Yeah, he should be able to get it. Hex does last a fairly long time versus non-hero units. That is going to be a juicy, is it 50? Or 40 experience. Fast expand here from Infi. I don't think he fast ticked, so there's going to be expansion first. Shadowhunter might not be able to get any much more than what he's already gotten because, well, number one, he's severely out of mana, and yeah, I'm pretty sure Infi probably won't let that many units die just to a single Shadowhunter. We are pumping out Troll Headhunters like crazy though, and this is, I'm super excited to see this. Oh, even a Pitlord comes out as the second hero here. He does have the cleave ability first, I mean. So yeah, additional DPS coming in there. I believe the Pitlord, I mean, he should get Howl of Terror second, unless Rain of Fire. I mean, versus archers, Rain of Fire is not even that bad. but I mean, there's so many units that you can just apply that debuff to.
A player's force.
Pit Lord hitting a pretty low HP bar there, but we do have Healing Wave coming from the Shadow Hunter. Tier 2 is now done. This is going to lead into a Spirit Lodge. Are we gonna have the classic Shaman Troll Berserkers, or is it something different? It seems to be the standard Shaman Troll Berserkers, because we're also fast taking it to tier 3 for fast. The Lord is going to get that level 2 here, as the Shadow Hunter is just moving out, probably to the Voodoo Lounge. Yeah. We are going to have Halaterra as the second ability for the Pit Lord. So, honestly, Halaterra probably was the most consistent. Rain of Fire would have definitely been some big plays here, but we are going to have a Hex onto the Keeper. Second Hex, yeah, that would have threatened the Keeper's life, so he is just going to TP out of there. A little curious why the Keeper was
under attack.
By himself. I guess he is going to get a troll kill there, so it is worth something. Probably not worth the entire TP scroll, but scouting, free kill, it's not all that bad. This, however, is indeed bad. He just lost a couple of units for almost no gain. Needs to be careful. He is going to try and harass this Murloc camp once again. Level 2 Entangle, that is something worth noting there, so a little bit more DPS as well as duration on that Entangle debuff. Murloc Nightcrawler is going to go down. It seems like I think one went to both sides there, so yeah. At the end of the day, I would say Keeper definitely won out on that, because he did pick himself up. Another close of attack there, but we do have a good number of Shaman on the field now. No Bloodlust, I don't think. I believe they need Adept training for that. No, they need Masters training for that, in fact. Adept training unlocks Lightning Shield, so yeah, Fast needs to be quick on that aspect. He is going at it right now, and the Berserker upgrade is on the way, so yeah, Fast's army comp is slowly gonna turn online. You can see their Purge being used pretty effectively in dealing with those Treants very quickly. Keeper probably gonna go for one more kill on a troll to get that level 4. He does need to be wary about the Shaman able to purge that Entangle off. Halaterra is going to affect all those archers there. We are going to entangle onto one of those trolls, but that's just going to get instantly purged. We are going to have a Healing Wave, just a little too slow there, as we have Berserker upgrade being completed. Shaman without mana is going to die to that purge, not to the purge, to the Entangle, and that's going to be a level 4 Keeper of the Grove there. Alchemist coming out as the second hero for Infi, as he does have the Chemical Bomb, or the Acid Bomb, as the first ability, going for that Armor Shred as well as DPS. Treants trying their best to body block, but yeah, Shadow Hunter is definitely not an agility hero for nothing. Yeah, 49 for Infi, 34 for Fast, which is kind of surprising. Judging by this army the army right now, you would think that that maybe Fast has the advantage, but Infi still has about 8 supply worth of military units ahead of him, so yeah, that is a big deal. We are even going to Hippogriff Riders for Infi, as well as not forgetting about this expansion, of course, but it is going to be rectified very soon. Hippogriff Riders is interesting, especially versus a mass Troll Berserker comp here. I'm curious who wins this aspect.
A player's force is under attack.
but the expansion is being attacked by Infi. Fast is still a little bit behind in terms of supply. And I don't think he has enough Shaman to fully support his army right now. The Acid Bomb also doing pretty nicely. Halotera is going to affect all of those Hippogriff Riders there, and that is pretty nasty. But maybe they just don't care. Maybe the Hippogriff Riders are just a little too tanky for the Troll Berserkers, and it's definitely too risky activating the Berserk upgrade, Berserk ability, so yeah, this is actually not turning out well for Fast at all. He is trying his best to focus fire these Hippogriffs, but being air units themselves, they can quickly get microed away, and yeah, this is actually pretty bad for Fast. His army, his general supply has been cut down to 41, meanwhile his opponent is at 61. 29 military versus 42, like, this is such a beatdown from Infi. We are gonna have a couple of Berserkers coming from the main base, I guess, and Infi just for some reason decides to retreat.
Players' forces are under attack.
Maybe too many Hippogriff Riders are low due to microing, but yeah, I could have thought Infi could have pressed his advantage, which apparently he is going to do right now. But those trolls, Berserk upgrade with the Bloodlust, they are going to do so much damage. Of course, you have to be a bit careful not to take too much damage from the Berserk ability, because not only do you attack faster, you also take a lot more damage in return. I think it's 50% attack speed, 50% damage received. So yeah, it's definitely a double-edged sword. We are gonna have a couple of Bat Riders added to the mix here. I think you still need like 3 Bat Riders per Hippogriff Rider. Maybe 2, depends on splash, I would say. And of course, armor is not that as much compared to Griffins. Let's see, are we gonna have a suicide run? The Bat Rider is gonna get a suicide. So we do only need 2 Bat Riders. That is a very nice confirmation there, but sadly I think we only had 1. The rest are on the way. Halotera is going to affect, assuming most of those Hippogriff Riders. It's kind of hard to see purple on purple, but yeah, 31 versus 43, level 2 attained for the Alchemist there. He could go for Healing Wave second, but he is kind of saving his mana for, I think, an Acid Bomb. Another Bat Rider is going to take down, I think, just a normal Hippogriff, as all the Troll Berserkers have been wiped out to those Hippogriff Riders, and the Shaman are just easy pickings for these guys. Yikes. Pitlord kind of chasing whoever he can, but yeah, this is definitely not a good position for Fast to be in. His army comp is kind of getting outclassed by just pure Hippogriff Riders here. 49 supply worth of military for Infi versus Fast's 30. Fast is at 45, so he is not suffering from upkeep tax.
Players' forces are under attack.
But honestly, I would take being in the winning position over like being in low upkeep. And the Keeper he looks pretty painful. Plus 17 attack with his Claw and Over Venom. A little surprising not seeing an orb onto the Pitlord there, but we are going to have a suicide run onto 2 separate Hippogriff Riders. Halotera is going to come through, and we are just going to have massive units hitting those Hippogriff Riders there. Probably not the best idea to engage when you're under the Halotera, but seems like Infi... Nope, Infi's just going to retreat a little bit. He does have Mana Giant on the ground to try and take care of Pitlord himself, but yeah, those trolls look really scary when combined with both Bloodlust and the Berserk ability. I would definitely love to see some upgrades from either side, but for now we are just sticking to 0-0. And of course, going Hippogriff Riders, we don't Oh, never mind. I was gonna say we don't have the luxury of necessarily having a Hunter's Hole, but we do. Druid of Talon training on the way. Sure, Dogs could be useful, fairy firing the trolls, but I mean, it is kind of like supply not being invested into hippogriffs, as another fight is going to ensue. Still, about 13 supply advantage for Infi, but he is, did try and micro his hippogriff riders to the best of his ability. Mountain Giant is down to half HP. Needs to be careful not to lose that guy, because that is a big fat food stick right there. And once again, Infi is going to get pushed back. Wow. Fast has a lot of units, but still only like 39 supply. He is still behind compared to his opponent. As we are going to attack the main base, and yeah, it does not look defended at all. We only have three orc burrows. Hippogriff riders are going to just take down the Voodoo Lounge there. Here comes the real siege damage on the team.
The player's forces are under attack.
Is Fast going to do this?
A town is under siege.
Okay, he is going to defend. He could have definitely gone for a counterattack, but I guess potentially losing the altar is going to be kind of bad. Second Mountain Giant on the ground. That is a lot of frontline for the Night Elf player, to be honest. In addition to those treants, of course. I mean, like, oof. Not having like any solid frontline units for Fast might be a bit of a problem. Coda Beast on the ground as well. Battle Drone upgrade is also on the way. I'm surprised that we haven't seen any raiders yet. Not only would they be like semi-decent frontline for Fast, but he could also ensnare those Hippogriff riders, preventing them from being microed. But yeah, 3 Mountain Giants for Infi. That is such a huge frontline for him. But yeah, Purge does root for a couple of seconds, is going to force the Mountain Giant to get preserved back home, as the gold line on the main base is being harassed by those treants. Hippogriff Rider is going to add to their harassment as well, and yeah, Fast is kind of suffering a little bit. Even if he's not going to lose any buildings, just being away from this gold mine is a big deal. So like, yeah, 3,200 in the main versus Infi, who's already mined about 300 gold over his opponent, so yeah, definitely feels bad. We are going to have a couple of purges here to prevent the Hippogriff Rider from retreating, because apparently
a town is under siege.
Being stunned by lightning prevents you from flying. Next, that's very scary frontline. Mountain Giants with those trees there. A lot of siege damage. They're also being upgraded +1. Probably +0. We even have Mountain Giant number 4 being added here. Good god, that is so much siege damage. I don't think those peons are even enough to repair this stronghold or Great Hole. Trolls. I guess they're trying to focus fire the Alchemist there. Might be able to get it, but double preservation step as well as the Infi scroll on that Alchemist. I don't know what the trolls are going for. It seems like the taunts from the Mountain Giants are being a little too disruptive. I mean, there's no Hippogriff Riders on the field right in this fight right now. They're currently still harassing the main base. So, like, even if Infi like doesn't win this fight, he is still doing such a huge amount of economic damage to his opponent. It's like, he's killed off all the peons and he's killed off the expansion. Like, this is just so good for the Night Elf player. He's gonna TP scroll, is gonna take all those Mountain Giants back home. Yikes. I mean, Fast is in a really bad position right now. He is losing his Orc Burrow? Question mark? Infi's definitely not putting control on his Hippogriff Riders.
The town is under siege.
Oh, but here we go. Here, counterattack at the expansion of Infi. We do have one tower on the field, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Trolls are going to activate their Berserk ability and try their best to try and burn down that Tree of Life, but another counterattack from Fast. His units are a lot better at sieging because of the amount of giant trees, but we are going to have a TP scroll coming in from Fast there to maybe dissuade further siege coming in from Infi. Yeah, I completely forgot I was on an observer. I could have definitely turned off Fog of War, but
The town is under siege.
I don't think it matters too much. Yeah, Hippogriff Riders still being really annoying. Night Elf's version of the Wind Riders, it seems. They're obviously a lot quicker, maybe less damage, but definitely equally as annoying. Now Giants continue to hammer against that fortress. I don't think Fast is going to be enough. Never mind, Fast is going to be forcing that TP scroll onto Infi. So once again, another retreat coming through. Hippogriffs have yet to retreat, but they also pretty low themselves. Still no replacement on the expansion there, so even if this main gold mine gets saturated again, all he's doing is mining half as well as his opponent would. It's like, this is only 45 left. Oh, apparently the Tree of Life did get destroyed. Okay. So, slight parity here. But, like, comparing the gold mines, 45 left for here. Meanwhile, 79, like, the difference in terms of economy is
forces are under attack.
Like astonishing. Trolls trying to keep these hippogriffs at bay. Meanwhile, the other units, though the main army is trying to keep these giants at bay as well. Pitlord trying to get some purge procs with his lightning bolt, but it seems like he's not lucky enough. Single Bat Rider. I'm not even sure if we need any more Bat Riders. I think Infi's stopped producing Hippogriff Riders.
A player's forces are under attack.
But I guess you'll never know. Bat Rider could be a pretty devastating bomb air if he's able to take down these two low hit point ones. He took down one, but I guess splash damage just quite isn't enough. And there comes the Keeper once again, going for more trees onto the field here. Berserkers seems like they're just not enough to defend themselves. Here comes the main army with Pitlord. We'll go for another Howl of Terror. Is going to try and go for some Purge procs here. There goes the Howl, but I mean, yikes. That's all I could say, to be honest. Infi's just like being ahead this entire game. Yeah. Definitely not looking good for our Orc player. I definitely do think that he really should have stopped making trolls once his opponent stopped making Hippogriff Riders, but like at this point, what do? You're like one base down, you're severely behind in upgrades, I think. +1 versus, or +1 +0 versus, I think +2 +1? Maybe? Where are some units I could see? +2 +2. Like, wow. +3 armor is on the way for the Mountain Giants as well as Hippogriff Riders, I think. Oh, actually never mind, they have different armor categories. But yeah, I don't think Infi's lost a single giant yet. And they are just way too problematic if you only have like Berserkers. would have been fun, maybe seeing some turns to counteract these mass giants, but yeah, it seems like that is just not going to be the case. Are we going to have any bloodlust coming through? Yes, we are. We have Berserk being upgraded or activated. We do indeed have that too. But the mountain giants with +2/+2, almost +2/+3. I think it might be a little too much for fast to handle now. More healing waves, more healing sprays, but like, yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough. This Kodo Beast, with the lack of any units to eat up, just a glorified Aura bot there. Terror, I mean, it's doing a lot, to be honest, but yeah, these Hypno Fighters are not being focused right at all, so yeah, it doesn't matter how much attack you reduce, you will still be taking those spears or arrows at this instance. One giant is going to get preserved back home. We are having a Hicks assassination onto the Keeper of the Grove, however, and that is going to be Keeper dying level 5. Is just the heroes of the Orc army enough? These giants could possibly go down. Depends on the cooldown on the Alchemist's staff. Army supply of 14 versus an army supply of 49. I mean, you can pretty much guess who has the high number.
A player's forces are under attack.
And I think the Keeper just got revived. Yep, revived the tavern there. It's gonna go back home, maybe drink some moon juice, and yeah, just get back to it. Pocket Great Hole being placed down at the expansion once again, but it might just be too little too late. 23 supply versus Infi 67. Keeper's almost close to level 6. Even if Tranquility lost its invuln at the first couple of seconds, like, it's still a percentage-based healing ultimate. Like, that's kind of crazy to deal with. Oh, okay. Okay. I have absolutely no idea what happened there. Just ended all of a sudden, but yeah, it's kind of safe to assume that Infi did take this one fast. Definitely adore the build army comp, but yeah, when it's up against mass mountain giants and maybe even hippogriffs, it's just not enough. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Fairly lengthy. I will cast the Undead Mirror maybe tomorrow, so yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed and take care.